We've heard an update regarding Josh Giddey and his ankle injury that he suffered versus the Indiana Pacers. And I'm here to let you know on today's episode, it's the best news he could ever hope for. Yeah, and is Lonzo Ball really going to return this season? I don't know, but we'll see. Y'all know we're going to talk about it and break it all down, but you got to hear the music first.
Cognac gang.
Shy Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down on today's daily episode. If you tuned in with me today, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. Now, we got an update regarding Josh Giddey. Comes to find out, the ankle injury is more better than what we thought. When Josh Giddey suffered that injury versus the Indiana Pacers and where a game he was going off and closer to that career high, had 29 and 10, we was in there on a live like, let's go, get your career. Let's go, get your career. And then my man's came down on somebody's foot, limped off the court, smacked a couple things over, and was cussing people out up in the Australian language. What language y'all speak down there? I'm not trying to be funny or disrespectful, but he was cussing them out in that Australian language. And comes to find out, the injury is not as bad as we thought. It is actually great news that we want to hear. Yes, my man's is expected to miss a couple games, but he is not expected to miss a lot of time. That's the best news for Josh Giddey. Again, Josh Giddey in that Indiana Pacers game, 29 points, 10 rebounds, and was on the money to help the Chicago Bulls win that game. And eventually, the Bulls had to go out there and figure some things out to close out the game without Josh Giddey. And hey, it was scary. It was the same ankle injury that Josh Giddey suffered at the end of the Olympics, to where he had to go out there and get surgery. And it's the same damn ankle. My man's keep going out there and tweaking. So you like, hold on, Josh Giddey, what we doing? Are you done? But kind of find out, my man's woke up the next morning feeling walking boot, but found out the next morning, hey, them all right. It's all right. It's still a little sore, but it's all right. And at one point, you was thinking like, man, did he just drop the bag a little bit? At least that's some of the conversation that was going on in my mind, simply because my man's just trying to get paid. He been earning that money, and he been winning over some fans. But there's still some fans that still need to be believers. And there's still some fans that are totally still against Josh Giddey. Cool, fine, Danny, that's your prerogative. But I'm saying that Josh Giddey has been earning himself a bag for the last few months. That's it. You know what I'm saying? We in March now. Played an outstanding February. Started to pick it up at the end of January. And you can't sniff at that. The Chicago Bulls, they got 17 games left in the season. So you want to see Josh Giddey finish out the season in a very, very strong way. And this is why the news that he won't be out for an extended period of time is great news. You don't drop the bag. You don't drop your value. Players get hurt all the damn time. We just seen Nikola Vucevic re-enter the lineup after his games that he missed. You just seen Patrick Williams come out and reinsert the lineup after games that he missed. So it's not end all be all if a player gets hurt. But if Josh Giddey has suffered a major injury to that ankle and had to miss the remainder of the season, as we always say over here on Shy Bulls Podcast, yesterday's price ain't today's price. So what the price would have been versus the Indiana Pacers wouldn't have been the price at the end of the season, in my personal opinion. I could have been very wrong about that. AK still could have said to hell with it. I'm still going to go ahead and give him a bag. But my business acumen, the one I'm trying to develop over here on Shy Bulls Podcast, would have been like, I don't No, you ain't have a great start to the season. You started to pick it up. You got hot. You showed me what you could do, and then damn, right when we wanted to see you continue to traject in a positive way and just have that trajectory that you see Bitcoin go crazy with every now and then, you'll be like, damn, you just fell off, bro. You know? So you think about it. And it's a great opportunity for Josh Giddey to continue to push the narrative that he's absolutely worth the money. So hearing that and being able to hear him say, I'm running on the treadmill, I need to do a little bit more, but the ankle feels okay, is a great sign that he's going to be okay. So you can't be mad at it. Those type of things is what hold players back, cause teams to go out there and act crazy, say crazy things to you during negotiations, go out there and try to lowball you a little bit. But let's just say, for the sake of discussion, he just missed 2 games and come back and catches fire once again and finishes the last 15 games of the season strong. Josh Giddey, yesterday's price ain't today's price, and price goes right back up. So it's the best news that he could ever receive. It's the best news for the sake of the Chicago Bulls as well in this regard. You want to see him play like that. You want to see Josh Giddey in the Chicago Bulls uniform long term, simply because you don't trade Alex Caruso straight up for a player with no draft picks included for the sake of saying we're going to pick him up and let him go at the end of the season. You don't make moves like that, do you? Do you make moves like that? Answer that in the comment box below, because you don't make moves like that, especially a guy who's not even in his prime, especially a guy who hasn't even peaked. There's going to be people that nitpick and say, well, every team's attacked Josh Giddey on the defensive end. Yeah, you can attack him all you want. But I would say, for the sake of discussion, for the last few weeks, my man's been a competent defender. Probably not the best, but teams are not killing him how they were killing him at the at the beginning of the season. He's out there staying strong, staying active hands, getting some deflections, causing some turnovers as well. He's been holding up his end of the bargain on that defensive side. So you don't want to see him have a drop off or not be able to end the season on a positive note with it. You know what I'm saying? Not in the season on a positive note. You want to see him in the season on a positive note, being active, still being crazy good on offense, still getting and still going out there balling and playing bully ball, moving guys out of the way. You still want to see things like that. You want to see them like that. So the best news, this is the best news Josh Giddey could ever hope for. Real talk. This is what Josh Giddey should be very, very happy about. And injuries are a part of the game. I know somebody gonna say it, but you don't want to leave 17 games with question marks. You don't, because then that gives the Chicago Bulls leverage. I believe they have some leverage, but you want to leave you want to have a thought in the minds of the front office like, God damn, did Josh Giddey have a great 2025? Do we have to talk about 2024 and how that started? Absolutely. But golly, did Josh Giddey have a great 2025 to end the season? And we can go out there and see if he can live up to the value that we want to pay him. We'll see what happens, though, man. It's the best news Josh Giddey can hope for. He's going to miss a couple games, but he's not done for the season. And honestly, I hope he comes back and he's able to thrive and put the pressure on the opposing teams and put the pressure on the front office. I don't give a damn if you don't want to pay Josh Giddey. I'm willing to pay him if he finished the season as strong as I think he will. Now, if he goes ahead and, you know what I'm saying, knock on wood, not be able to finish, I would still like to keep him. But yesterday's price, say it with me. Yesterday's price ain't today's price. You're going to have to give me a few dollars back, big dog. But I want you to go out there and get your money on. Go get your money on. But all right, before we get up out of here, I want to talk about Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball in the game that the Chicago Bulls have tonight, coming up here on this damn Thursday, 8 p.m., taking on, I believe, the Brooklyn Nets. Yes, the Brooklyn Nets is listed as doubtful. And prior to that, there was some rumblings that he was not doing any basketball activities at the moment. And then some speculation that he might be shut down for the season. I'm not going that far, but it has been some speculation saying that he might be shut down for the remainder of the season. If we remember correctly, early in the season, Lonzo Ball went down with a wrist injury that pretty much kept him out some games as well, and to the point to where there was some rumblings that he could have season-ending surgery, but the Bulls was going to allow the injury to kind of heal on its own. Lonzo Ball has missed the last 5 games. And it's not the end-all, be-all. Again, guys miss games all the time. But when I hear he ain't doing no basketball activities, it brings up that cautious tale that we always got to consider when we think about Lonzo Ball. But the good thing is, it's not the lower legs. It is now the wrist. I wasn't too mad at when the re-signing of Lonzo Ball, because I think that he can do the Chicago Bulls more good than bad for the next season. I really do. It's just a bit concerning when you hear shit like this constantly be brought up about a player that is so damn talented and that can bring this young team so much. I'm not saying he's going to go out there and make the Chicago Bulls a title contender, but I think that he is a guy that can mentor younger guys. He is a guy that can set up the younger guys that need to develop, talk to them actively and effectively on a defensive end, set them up correctly and give them opportunities on the offensive end. He has that type of talent that I believe is necessary for guys that we want to see develop within the program. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That first time we talked about that injury was back in October. Kept him out for about 10 games. He didn't miss the last 5 games right around this time. I hope he's able to return. It's not the end all be all because they have not ruled him out, but I want to see Lonzo Ball return. I really do. I hope he return. I hope it's not as serious as it could eventually turn to. I hope it's just a little soreness, so they're allowing it to heal up again. We know he's been playing with that wrist wrap for a while now. You just hope that you have an end to Lonzo Ball is doubtful and Lonzo Ball is fucking playing. We want to see the man play. But I can't be mad at it because Lonzo Ball, him not being here, Ayo Dosunmu, him not being here, has opened up opportunity for other guys on this team. And one guy specifically, that's Trey Jones. I came in, and I'm going to say it for the third and the last time. I was ridiculous to Trey Jones, but Trey Jones, he's a ball player, bro. He's a ball player, bro. Active on the defensive end, makes the right play, smart basketball player, takes the three when it comes to him, attack the basket pretty damn well, finishes around the basket pretty damn well. Those opportunities that Ayo Dosunmu and Lonzo Ball have left for guys like Trey Jones could potentially open up more opportunities for guys like Trey Jones. But I hope Lonzo Ball gets his behind back on the basketball court because I love to see him out there hooping with a Josh Giddey, hooping with a Montes Buzelis constantly. But it's up to him and his body at the end of the day. But that is it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. Hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. Before y'all get up out of here, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. That's it, y'all. I'm Bobby. Make sure you always see red. Appreciate y'all. I'm up out of here. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.